Okay, we're back. We're back. Well, that was unfortunate. Yeah, turns out somebody had shut the Wi-Fi down in the house, and that unknowingly affected me in literally everything. So, yeah. Unfortunate. Unfortunate. And unfortunately, I could not get the model working. So I guess we'll just be stuck as Cardboard Ken for a very, very long while. I'll see if it has to do with like updating and stuff. Let me see something real quick. So we are back online. Let's just. So we are back online. Okay. Just checking. Double checking. But I guess that's just how it is. I even know I got like 2 new followers along with the new ones. I just encountered a dreamy Kiwi VTuber a couple days ago and they are so lovely. I totally highly recommend you guys check her out. Thank you. You are beautiful. Thank you for following. Dr. Sako, thank you for following. And the Christalizer. The Christalizer 777, thank you for the follow too. So we'll get back on topic. I'm not gonna delete the other VOD. I'll probably like, I don't even know. I don't even know. We got like hit so hard that literally I don't even want to explain everything again. What the heck? But this character, if you want an explanation on all the other characters, go watch the 18-minute one over. Go watch the previous 18-minute VOD. Chronico, Nuku Nuku, Arale, Digiko, Puchiko, and Gemma, Miku, that I gotta redraw. We're gonna do Teto later. But the girl we're about to draw right now is from an anime called Sola. Really beautiful anime. I love the opening theme. I've never forgotten it. Highly recommend the opening theme. If you don't watch the anime, go watch the opening theme. It's a very good opening theme. Here's some pictures of the Sola cast, of the female Sola cast. Here's the female cast. There you go. I don't like her. The last one. I don't like this one. She's like, I just don't like her character. No, but I actually have not finished Sola. I just recently started watching it. Pretty much, in the beginning of my anime journey, I would watch anime, but there would be like a time where I would not watch anime and just look at the opening themes. That's pretty much what I did. So, yeah. So we'll be drawing Matsuri Shu. Oh yeah, that's the name of the main character of Sola. Well, okay, no, she's not the main character. This other guy is, but like he doesn't matter. He's not a cute anime girl. Anyone who isn't a cute anime girl doesn't matter. Wait, yeah. Ah, getting attacked so hard. Everything is peachy. Everything is peachy keen. It's amazing. I love my stream. I love you guys. I keep hitting. Wrong layer. Pull the lever, Crunk. Eartha Kitt was such a good actress. Nah, but, alright. Now we're finally calming down and getting back on track. Is like I said, it's pretty good. It's pretty fun. There you go. What are we talking about? Before we got cut offline. We were talking about Globe. Globe and his fart. And we were talking about the characters. It's pretty much just, you know, it's your standard anime fare. Pretty, you know, cute characters, cute series. It's like a... It was one of, like, the top anime of, like, 2017. But, like, it's, like... not pop, it's not pop, you know, top anime 2017, but not like popular anime in like nowadays or even just in the West. Not even Japan really anymore. You know, 2007 was a long time ago. What, I was like 6. What else? What is it? Oh yeah, that's right. Okay, so we talked, like I said, I talked a lot on Thursday that never got recorded. I am so salty about Thursday because I figured that the mic was turned off, but like there were new people that were coming into chat who would like say certain things that made me think that they were still following along the conversation. And they were probably like, this is a very boring, quiet stream. Is she a mute streamer? There's no music here. This is kind of boring. Oh my god. People who probably came and left. As I told my mom after we like went downstairs and she just had her mouth just on the floor. Laugh at my pain and misery. Dun, dun, na, 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 na. Technicality, this is actually kind of like this. Yeah! We did it. I'm getting angles down, guys. We're getting there. Mind you, this is like the sketch still. This is still the sketch. I've been working on the sketch since like Thursday. Dun, 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 dun. I think that's good. Yay! Shoes! I've actually got shoes now, and they look great! Because they couldn't before. Yay! What else? Do I even like start that rant? I've ranted about that series on like four different occasions. But the VODs are no longer up, so I get to do it as much as I want now. I'm talking mostly about the series Soro no Toshimono. I know some people have like, what is it? So, I know like a few YouTube, like I'm pretty sure it was only one, but I'm not surprised if the mic sounds like it's moving, because it is. I'm trying to like go to other settings and the mic is over those settings. Unfortunately, that's just how it be sometimes. Let me see. This is a nightmare. Oh. There's a beard on me again. Kinda. It's kinda there. Kinda. we getting somewhere with it, that's for sure. It kinda makes sense, right? Feet. It kinda makes sense. I guess. I guess it makes sense. You know what? Yeah, why not? I feel like it. What is it? So pretty much what I'm talking about is there's this one series. It's called Soro no Toshimono. So pretty much what the series is about this stupid idiot named Tomiki. I don't even remember his last name. It's just Tomiki. And he wants to live a simple life while being a degenerate. And so basically he meets this angel girl called an angeloid. And her name is called Icarus. Now, if you've seen Soro no Toshimono, you know who Icarus is. The series is like super shameless, but the thing is I watched it because I was genuinely interested in the plot. And I know like there's like this meme in the anime community where there's like plot and there's plot. I genuinely was like interested in like the story. And it was like I stayed way too long. I stayed with that series way too long. And like I said, I stayed with that series way too long. Like, I only watched the first season and then only like a bit of season 2 because what happens sometimes is I'll watch... What is it? Sometimes I'll watch a series and might not finish and just, you know, fall off of it and might not finish. Like, a good example would be, The Melancholy of Haruhi Suzumiya. I watched it, but I never finished Haruhi Suzumiya. Same thing with like Ouran High School Host Club, which I think is kind of hilarious though, because with Ouran, I was literally on the last 2 episodes. Then this was like during the time when like Wi-Fi was like pretty bad. The Wi-Fi went out, and then I just gave up on watching the series to watch it another day, and that was that was that was the last time I watched Ouran. It's been like what? It's been like over like definitely over 10 years since I ever even saw the end of the second to last episode of Ouran and just never continued. And you're probably thinking, well, Kendra, why don't you just pick it up and continue? And I would. I really would. Absolutely would I pick it up. But if it took me over a couple years to just watch the last 2 episodes, you know. But we can all agree as a species that the Lobelia girls still suck to this day. But yeah, same thing with Full Metal Alchemist too. I actually got to like the last couple of episodes. So I think it's actually kind of funny. I finished Full Metal Alchemist. I then finished, what's it called? I think it was called Conqueror of Shambhala. And not the other one. I never watched the other movie. I'm pretty sure it was Conqueror of Shambhala. I watched, you know, the tie-in movie with the ending. So I finished Full Metal Alchemist. I finished the movie. I moved on to Brotherhood. I never finished Brotherhood. I just never finished Brotherhood. I think that's kind of hilarious. Just a little bit. Just a little bit. So, and the thing was, though, is during that time, I was just, I just kind of watched whatever I wanted. So, pretty much, what ended up happening was, um, the series, obviously, it was coming to a close. This was like like I said, it was near the end where, like, the author was. Hold on, real quick, guys. I'm back. Well, that was weird. Okay, so pretty much, series was wrapping up, author was finishing everything, and so the manga was over. The manga was over and everything, and obviously in the West they were wrapping up the dubbing and all that stuff. And so the thing that was kind of weird with the series is, like I said, it's wacky shenanigans. Despite this plot that you could see, so the thing that made Tomiki special and why the Angeloid dropped in his house, is that it's connected with this dreams that he keeps having, where he keeps hearing some angel-like creature talking to him. And he can never remember the dream or the face of the person by the time he wakes up. He just can't remember him because that's just how the dreams work. And so, wacky shenanigans ensue. Yeah. It's pretty much the series. But there's this overarching plot of, like, who is Icarus and where did she come from? But that is not important. Because for some reason she's also known as a war machine. And it's like, whoa, that's pretty cool. This anime girl is known as a war machine. And why is she a war machine? Well, that doesn't matter. Who cares about that? The author didn't. Not until the very end. And so what he did was he made the series a comedy slice of life for, like, the majority of the series. But then when the author is like, wait a minute, I've just remembered the genre. He then throws in, like, a battle scene, which the battle scenes are actually really cool. It's just, I think I would say the only redeeming episode where it was, like, not action, but it was still, like, a battle, had to be the, festival episode. Like, people say, like, some festival episodes are boring. This one actually has, like, the best festival episodes. I actually really like, it's this one specific one where they're after, like, bottles, where they have to, like, shoot each other with corks. It is like the funniest episode of the entire series. I will give the episode that. I've never forgotten that episode, especially for one scene in the series. If you know, you know. If you've seen, like, that, if you've seen that episode, it's funny. At least to me, I find it really funny. But the thing was, though, is, like I said, the real reason why, because I didn't mind that it was comedy slice of life. I actually liked, seeing Tomiki and the gang, as degenerate as he was. I actually really liked seeing them hang out and have fun, because I like seeing characters hang out and have fun instead of just suffering all the time. Even though, if, like, the story and plot, like, suffer, even if, like, the author just puts, like, a little, like, what-if scenario for his characters, being like, oh man, this is what their lives would have looked like had they not been suffering all the time. You know, like that one time the author of ReZero said, if somebody did a ReZero wedding in my honor, I would personally write that couple in my book. And have them meet one of like the most brutal characters in the book. Stuff kind of like that. But like what happened was that the author just decided to so okay, so here's I gotta explain it like this. So obviously there's the TV show. There's a TV show. There's season 1, season 2, and a movie and it was an anime original movie that the author said was okay to be canon because everybody liked the character so much. And what was it? No, Forte's the second season. I think it was called Sora no Otoshi Mono Ring My Bell. I think that was the name of the second movie. Let me see. Not the second movie. The second movie I think is called Eternal My Master. Let me see. I'm trying. Movie. Here it is. Is this one? Yes. Okay. It's called The Heaven's Lost Property, the movie, The Angeloid of Clockwork. Was that the second movie or is it the other movie? Let me see. Because I think one of them had to do with the clock. It's the light novel. The game. Light novel. Yes! Okay, so I was right. So there's The Angel of Clockwork, and then in the final movie that was the finale to the series was Eternally My Master, not Eternal My Master. I've actually been calling it Eternal My Master for the past over 10 years. Oh no! But pretty much what ended up happening is that the series wraps up, obviously. And so, obviously, adapting most of the manga, the author, studio gets, I think the studio was PA Works, Studio Dean, got a hold of it. And they ended up adapting the last chunks of the manga. Except, not really. So, every time I talk about this, it makes me upset. So, obviously, some studios will literally pull a go read the manga moment. This one literally actively pulled a go read the manga moment in the most insulting way possible. That still gets me mad. So in the end, the final movie so the final movie is based on the last couple of chapters from the series. And so most of it is filler. Most of the stuff that happens in the movie is filler. Complete filler. I mean, it makes sense for the characters, but, it's filler. We know it's filler. And so the finale of the movie is the climactic battle sequence of it all. And so one of the things Icarus could not do was fly too close to the original Angeloid base because she was forbidden to go there. And it causes her to break down. Now, obviously, Tomoki, having built up his connections with Icarus, because waifu, he ends up cries to Icarus, being like, no, don't do it, you're gonna die. And so what ends up happening is obviously she takes him up anyway, and then she confesses her love, and then she dies. I should also point out that I find it kind of funny because the movie was announced so long ago, and I only found out recently, as of 2020, they released it in the West as a sub, and I'm like, you released it officially in the West over 10 years later? So that made me double upset. But what happened? What happened was that, what ended up happening was that she dies. Okay, it makes sense. She dies. So what happens after? That's it. That's how it ends. That's how the movie ends. Which, okay, that makes sense. It wasn't a battle scene that took her out. It was her love for Tomoki to get him to, the big bad. And it's do they fight the big bad? No, they don't fight the big bad they don't fight the big bad in the movie. They fight the big bad in the manga. So what they did was they adapted everything up to that point except the last few pages of the final chapter. And I know, hold your horses. Shocking, I know. Which, okay, I mean, it makes sense. You know, you gotta like do that. I understand like not being behind, but the manga was over. The manga was over by that point. They just didn't animate the last couple pages, and the last couple pages are pretty much just Tomoki fighting. Like the battle doesn't last long. Tomoki's literally like weak, but with the power, like, you want to like an actual power of friendship scene that defeats the bad guy. That ending is absolutely the power of friendship. I'm gonna just be real with you. And so you're probably wondering, okay, that's kind of backwards, but what was worth it in those last pages? And you see, everything, apparently, because what happened was that the author proceeded to dump, and I mean the biggest lore dump of the entire series. Like, he like legit was like, all right guys, it's time to knock out all the lore of the angels, because apparently there's a reason why Icarus was called an angeloid, because she was a war machine for a race of angels. And so what ends up happening was that there was this angel-like species, and what ends up happening was that they knew no war and conflict and all that stuff, and they would like create stuff, and then they would like kill them off and be like, blah 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 blah. And so they then created humans, and then they were like, hey, you guys are cool, we're gonna kill you afterwards. But what ends up happening is that they actually like the humans, because they're like, wow, being human looks so cool. I want to do that. And so eventually what ends up happening is so many of the angeloid race, not angeloid is the war machines. They end up seeing like the humans, and then they all get depressed, and then there was a mass death toll regarding a lot of the species. And then what ended up happening was that eventually there was a war for, stuff, and we ended up there was a war, and that's why Icarus was made, and to like deal with like the war and keep everybody in check, just so that like nobody gets hurt anymore. And then like so much happens, and then like it turns out that the angels, like, some of them are actually humans, because they love the human life so much. They loved the lives that humans lived, so they created like these machines that could make them have quote unquote dreams of them being human, and if like, they die in the dream, they can no longer go back, stuff like that. And then it turns out like one of the characters was actually one of those species the whole time, but like they literally dropped this like in the last couple chapters. It's the reason why Icarus like goes berserk in the first place and like dies rescuing Tomoki. Like, so much happens, and then it turns out that the one who's been in Tomoki's dreams calling out to him the entire time was his childhood friend. And and if you've seen the series, you're like, wait, what do you mean his childhood friend? The childhood friend is right there. And it's like, no, she's actually a clone of the original. And what I mean is, what happened was that originally she died in her dream through an illness, and she liked Tomoki, so she made a clone of herself, because she knew that if Tomoki found out she died, it would have upset her. I mean, it would have upset him that his like childhood friend is dead. And then so much gets what I'm saying is that so much gets dropped in this series. You're like, why wasn't the series about that? Why wasn't the series about that? And you're wondering, why, oh why would the author do that? Well, you see, there were more important things to talk about. Like that time Tomoki wanted to be a monk so that he can get away from his degeneracy, and it failed. Or that time they did a game show, and that failed. And that time that Tomiki went to the water park, and that failed. And that time Tomiki got a magic wish card. By the way, Icarus has magic wish cards to grant any wish that the person chooses. You know, to make underwear fly, specifically girls' underwear, fly out the window to create the underwear ball. You know, important stuff like that. This is very important. This is very important to Tomiki's character development. This is very important. As you can very clearly tell by my sarcasm. No, it wasn't. And so everybody was just like... And so... And the thing is, like I said, it's not like the lore was complete. Okay, so here's the thing. The lore was completely dropped on the series, but like I said, it would have action sequences and be like, oh, they would like have like code names for the characters that would be dropped out throughout the entire series. Except for that one where one of the characters turns out to be an angel. That was literally pulled out of nowhere. Like last minute. I actually have no clue. It's never hinted in the series at all. We just know that she's crazy. That's it. We just know that she's crazy. And so I'm just like, where was this? Why would you pull all this lore here? And then literally with the power of friendship, Tomiki wishes everybody back to life. So Icarus isn't dead! Cry me a river. Actually, cry me a river. Like, to this day, that is like the most like... That ending right there has like upset me. Only because I was like, why wasn't the story about this? Because here's the thing, like, throughout the story, a lot of stuff would be sprinkled in about Icarus, and, like, why she is the way she is. Like, one of the things that Icarus cannot do is she cannot truly emote. She can't really smile, she can't really cry, she can't really do any of that stuff, because she has a low emotional capacity. Same thing with Nymph, she has high intelligence and high speed, but she is high intelligence, high emotions, but she is very weak, and I forgot the name of the other chick. She has good combat abilities, and she has good emotion, but she is absolutely clumsy. She comes in the second season. She's played by my favorite voice actress. That is the only positive I can give to that character. That is the only positive. And I do mean that. It's the only positive. But yeah, I'm just like, my guy, you had a story right there. Why are we wasting it on... Why are we here? Just suffer? I can't feel my arms. I can't feel my legs. Oh wait, no, I forgot. So, I don't know why, but for some reason I've combined that one quote with, like, the SpongeBob meme. It, like, works. It works, right? Kinda. It, like, kinda works. It's like this, like, why are we here? Just to suffer. Hey, Kinjillian, long time no see. How are you? Hey, roundabout. Hi. How art thou? I really should put up a chat. I was gonna do that and then I forgot. No, but we're doing pretty well. I'm doing pretty well. Just, you know, chilling. End of the semester. Semester's over as of yesterday. Yeah. This is too hot. Finally doing stuff. I'm gonna go stream as well here in a bit. Haha. Oh, you go stream and have fun. No, but just it was it's in the like what I said. So throughout the series, it would sprinkle in like Icarus. It would sprinkle in like Icarus trying to come in with her, like come to her emotions and realizing that she liked Tomoki, despite the final chapter not really having a. He's like, I love everyone. Literally, the ending is literally I love everyone, despite Icarus being right there. I mean, Tsunohara kinda was there, but like she was way too good for. There are some characters in the series I'm like, what it like there are some characters like, you know how like you go, you are way too good for him. Like you were like, even like fictional, you're like, you're way too good for him. Like that's Tsunohara's character in a nutshell, especially with the way Tomoki acts. Like I said, too good for him. She only likes him because childhood friend. I'm not even joking. Childhood friend trope. But yeah. You have fun now. I'm gonna go stream Lego game. Fun fact, my favorite anime ever is Captain Harlock. You told me that. You told me that. Wouldn't be surprised though. I actually do kind of like some of the designs of Captain Harlock. I gotta like see it again. I haven't watched it, but I gotta like see their designs again. It's been a little bit since I've seen them. Finally, we're almost done with the shoes. I thought this, had I not literally spent like 2 whole days trying to get these shoes to look right-ish, we would have been here. This would have been the entire stream. I'm not joking when I say that. Actually, no, I like it like that. Well, yeah, that's good. Here we go. Finally, we got done with the shoes in a lot quicker pace. You guys have not known my suffering when it came to these shoes. The soles of shoes are so hard to draw because like it's like, how do I even put it? It's okay. So like shoe soles are like one thing. You just gotta like get it right. But the problem is though, is if you don't know how to draw shoes, you don't know how to curve the sole to match the step of the shoe. And that's one of like my hardest like difficulties when it comes to shoes. I'm now starting to get the shapes of the shoes now to like match the foot that's in it. But it's the soles that like always like trip me up still. No, I was thinking, I just thought of like a character and I was like, nah. I was thinking of Maka. Cause like, what is it? Recently I've been like, last stream I talked about it even though nobody could hear me. I was thinking of drawing more like characters. Obviously, because I love characters. Female characters are so cute. And one of the characters I mostly wanted to draw out of all the characters in this series, Himeji from Baka to Test. We are so drawing her. Out of all the female cast members in Baka to Test, Himeji is the absolute cutest. I love her design. Pink. Yes. She's so... If you've seen her design, I gotta like see if I can... Okay, hold on real quick. I gotta take a break real quick and then I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. I'm back, everybody. It took a little bit longer. Not actually because of the break, but because I wanted to see if I could grab these files real quick, and unfortunately I had to convert them. Because of course I have to. Himeji. It would be Himeji from Baka Test. Look at her. Look at her. She's so cute. Look at her. She's adorable. Like I said, I fall way, like, just, if a character design just fits, like, I'm a sucker for like, good character design. She's, like, sweet, but you can tell she could punch your lights out. Pretty much, no, not Chronico. She actually never had an opportunity. She never had an opportunity to punch anybody's lights out, if you know what I mean. Or like, her lights went out. Dun dun dun. Morbid jokes aside from the sad characters. Let's see. Strings. Not this one. Wrong one. Amazing. I thought I saw another one in here. So there's this one. There's this one. There's this one. Okay. Just was making sure. Didn't want to have any stranglers. Close her legs. Spent way too much time just getting her. What is it? Because I had to re-angle a lot of it. I started like doing kind of a little bit better with them. Because these aren't really chibis. They're not chibis. Despite the small disproportions aside, I just want to draw these characters. I would say up until, I would say technically Nuku Nuku and Arale would technically be, if by my definition of how I'm drawing right now, technically they would be chibi. And this is only kind of like one art style that I'm developing for, I guess, chibi type characters, just as long as they're cute. Now I'm remembering so many more characters. We got Himeji, Haruka, Nagizaka. We got so many I want to draw. We got our main girl, Uta. I have been on such Uta brain rot ever since she was announced. Look at her. Look at her. Eventually, I am so going to find, like, an enamel version of her logo. I'm so surprised they never made an enamel pin version of her of her pirate logo. Like, her pirate symbol. I want one, because I really like it. I unironically love it. It looks so good. So close. Move them. I'm gonna like start bundling some of these up in folders. This one is a blank file. Body. Close. Close. Yeah, close. Close, but this is the string, so put this in here. These are all strings. Body. I think this is the body. No, that's the shoes. No. Okay, this is the body. Like I said, I'm trying to like bundle these all up now. Alright. Let's close. Strings. Close strings. And the body. Body. buddy, 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 buddy. These are clothes. These are just clothes details, wrinkles and folds and stuff. There you go. Hey, Ken, how are you? Hi, I see you have Bochi in your profile right there. Hello, Weeaboo. How art thou? How art thou doing this lovely Saturday? We are back on the anime girl drawings. Remember this? Remember how I just stopped? We're finally done with her body. Now here's the thing. Do I want to? Because I don't not want to draw the other because the character is the sister. Oh man. Gonna go to Digi Girls are all I know. Well, it's a Sunday for me, but the day is pretty chill so far. Hey, chill days are best days. That's just how they are. Now I'm not sure if I want to draw the other one. Not because she's hard to draw, just because I kinda don't feel like it. She's important, but like, she's not. She's important to the MC. Maybe another day. Yep, maybe another day. Other girl, be gone. Yay. Other girl, be gone. Well, apparently other girl cannot be gone because I combined their layers and I don't feel like sorting through all of them. I still kind of gotta fix up my, so I actually, what is it? I, not recently, be gone, other girl. She's not like a bad character. Here's the thing though, she's not like a bad character. It's just the fact that I like Matsuri's design. Matsuri is the girl right here. I like Matsuri's design way more than Ono's or Ano's. It's really, it looks nice, but she's not best girl. Matsuri is best girl because she, like, here's the thing, it's very rare when you know that a best girl is the main character, is like the actual female lead. Sometimes the best character is the side character, or the best character is a different, completely unrelated character. Pretty much in this series, I've confirmed 2 best girls, and that would be this one and this one. Do we have any more questions? Best girl? Best girl. And yes, she is the older sister of this one. I mean, she's the younger sister of this one, but I don't like her. Because she's like the early 2000s trope of the child, of like the girl who... Okay, so like, what is it? There's like the childhood friend, and then there's the... I call these characters the pseudo-childhood friend, where they act like the childhood friend, but they only know them because they're in the same high school class. So, pseudo-childhood friend. I should also say that Ono, I keep saying Ono. Ano is the younger sister of the male lead. So that's why I say she's important. Because she is very important to the story. It's just... she's not my favorite design. Even though I do love her, I do like her outfit, I think it's just the way she's... It would have looked... I just can't get into the design. I like Matsuri's more because Matsuri looks just so beautiful. If you know the Sola opening, like, the series was like, how do we capture best girl in like 5 seconds? Have her be a fish out of water? Yes. And as generic as it may sound, it worked. Here we go. I almost wanted to redo the whole body, but I was like, I'm not doing that. That's such a waste of time. I already have the full body thing on here. Just redo the skirt. Because the skirt looked pretty trash in the beginning. I'm getting my drawing skills up. You can tell because I'm thickening and thinning some of the stuff. It is kind of weird though. She looks way different from everybody else kind of now. Because like, I intentionally bolded the lines on here and now I gotta go throughout Matsuri and like thicken some of the lines out. I don't think it'll be too hard, but definitely will be a kind of like, where can I and where can't I? Now let's do her. Let's see. Body. Yada. What is it? So, we won't get to Himeji, at least not in this episode, because I want to draw Teto. I want to draw Teto, so I gotta kind of okay, so what I'm trying to do is I got like a little side project going on, so you guys will get a sneak peek at it. And Miku was a part of that side project as well. And so, as you can see, like I said, I still have to redraw that Miku because I don't like the way she came out. Because at first I liked the way she came out, but I missed so many details that it just looked terrible by the end. Like, she's disproportionate in her right arm. Like, she's right here. She's disproportionate in her right arm. Her skirt is comically too big. Her hair, while not bad, could look a lot better. Just a couple of things. Just a couple of minor things that could, like, really fix her. Wrong one. I was thinking, actually, I was kind of thinking about it. I was thinking of maybe drawing Rizzlemine. I know I talked about it last time. Rizzlemine is... I thought about it. You know what was actually really shocking? I found out Nanners sang the opening to Rizzlemine. Not even I have the confidence to do that. Because if you hear Rizzlemine's opening, it is so ooey gooey sweet. You have to... I would hide my identity after I sang that song, because it's supposed to be like a sweet, cheery song. But there's a difference between a sweet, cheery song and diabetes song. And there's some songs that I just cannot do. Like a good example would be the opening to Onegai, Please My Melody, or Onegai My Melody. And the second opening is like 10 times better. Number one, the second opening is 10 times better. But also, the second opening and the third opening are really good. But the first opening is very... like I said, ooey gooey sweet. Ooey gooey sweet. I will also say though, what is it, like, just recently I started going back to some I started like with Dragon Ball, but like somehow ended up on the Magical Girl side of YouTube. Somehow, I have no idea how. I think it was just because I was curious about Sailor Moon at the time. I never finished Sailor Moon. I thought it was alright. And I encountered, stuff like Pretty Girl. I think it was because of also, like, Tokyo Mew Mew. Because I was, like, really into Mew Mew Power back in the day. The villain unnecessarily was my favorite type. Would be pretty fun to hear you sing those kind of songs. Why? I might, because the thing is, the song's not bad, but it's very, like, you will totally hear me sing the second and the third opening, but I'm gonna hesitate a bit with singing the first opening if I were to ever cover the Onegai My Melody, all the songs. I don't think I'll sing the spin-off series song because I don't really like the spin-off series. I never watched it. I tried my best to like watch the series, you know, back then in YouTube, where you had your episode divided into 5 parts, with part 5 being in Espanol. So I went out of my way to try, even though like I couldn't read anything by the 5th part. But like with the spin-off series of it, I thought it was kinda okay. But even still, like, I think I wouldn't mind singing it. It's just the fact that it's very, like I said, it's very ooey gooey sweet. If you Google up the opening right now, you can understand why. And if you like ooey gooey sweet, that's fine, but like the way it goes about it is like standard magical girl show. But then once like season 2 and season 3 like come in, it like the production gets, you can tell the opening, I wouldn't say the opening's cheap. That's also kind of why. The opening's not cheap, but you can tell it was like, it didn't have nearly as much of a production as when the 2nd and 3rd season came out. Tsukiri, for Kuru Kuru, the opening to the 2nd season, Kuru Kuru Shuffle, and the 3rd season, Tsukiri, let me see. I always end up like, jamming this open. I always end up messing up season 3's name, because they were all, you know, subtitles and stuff like that, because it was like kind of weird. I know recently My Melody and Kuromi like got, I kid you not, they both got like Nendroids only recently. And everybody was like, I literally was in the comments like, bro, you referenced the anime in the West? Because obviously Hello Kitty is popular, but My Melody is like, she's not popular in the West. Hello Kitty is popular, but she's not popular in the West. Okay, it is called Tsukiri. Season 3 is called Tsukiri. Wait, each season had 52 episodes? How did I not notice that? No wonder why I couldn't finish it. No wonder why I couldn't find all the episodes. There's like 52 each season. Even like the spin-off. Even the spin-off. Onegai My Melody, Kirara. Every time I see like Kirara, I always want to say Kilala. Like, I know they did that like with Inuyasha, where like Kilala was like, I think it was like Kirara in like the original Japanese. I think it, like I think it was Kilala in the original Japanese, but the thing, you know, like they can't technically pronounce their L's and R's, so when it got translated to the West, it was corrected to Kilala. So yeah. It messes me up, but I love it. But it's always interesting, like, seeing, like, is it Lin or Rin? Yes. One of these days. One of these days. Look at this graph. Uta brain rot. My Uta brain rot has settled in, like, so badly with the series. Quite wacky. Yes. My Uta brain rot has, like, settled so deep into my mind, I almost can't stand it, because I actually do love Uta's, like, design. I, like, fell in love with Uta because, like, I was, like, so happy, like, like, okay, so people who don't know, like, I won't say any spoilers for the movie, but I fell in love with, like, her backstory with, like, Luffy and stuff like that. It was, like, really sweet, and it makes sense. Even though it seems out of nowhere, because the movie's technically not canon, but Oda made her canon. Therefore, Uta, what is it? You know the One Piece is real? More like Uta is real. Uta is real. Uta is real! Uta is real! No, but I like just loved the character design of Uta. Like, I think what's also kind of funny is like I had kind of like so-so opinions about like One Piece female character designs. Wait, can we can get much higher. Not even like in a negative way. I just never really fell in love with like character designs in One Piece. Like I thought they were cool, but I never had like, other than pretty much Luffy, I didn't really care for the design. Oh, okay, Luffy and Brooks, and I guess you can say Chopper, but like everyone likes Chopper. It's Chopper. And so I kind of was like, okay, I never had a really favorite male or female character in One Piece, because I just liked everyone in One Piece equally because they're all so wacky and weird. I would say one that I kinda had like a cool, like, that's my favorite character, kinda favorite character, would technically be Vivi, but like everyone loves Vivi. If you don't like Vivi, you're on my list. Let me pull up like another image of let me pull up another image of Matsuri. What was I saying? What was I saying? Oh yeah, here's this image of Robbie and Rose. What was I saying? I actually forgot what I was saying. But yes, that's what I was saying. Like, you're on my list if you don't like Vivi. But so I never really liked any specific characters in One Piece. That was until Uta came. Number one, she sang by Otto, and if you know, I have also Otto brain rot. You know, just how it goes. I had Otto brain rot. So I was just like really proud of like Otto, because here's the thing, she's 20 now, but like when she got like selected for One Piece, she was like 19. Do you know how much of an opportunity that is to not even voice the character, but to sing for the character? I do kind of wish she got the voice role, but hey, sometimes beggars can't be choosers, and sometimes you practice in one field and not the other. Who knows? But I was like so happy for Otto, because I was like, bro, like it's not every day you get to like, it's not every day like you get like drawn by Oda, let alone just, it's just such like, I like can't help but like clap for her, because that must have been like so like I can imagine, like, here's the thing, I'm fangirling right now, being like, I can't believe she got this opportunity, can you, like, believe this? I cannot imagine her reaction when she was like, what? You want me to sing for One Piece? And I get to meet Oda, and then Oda drew me? That right there, I want to see that reaction. So cool. That just must have been like the best reaction. At least for me, I would have totally like loved that reaction. But yeah, what else? And so yeah, I just kind of like have been like having an Uta brain rot since like ever since she came out, because good character design. I told you, if you have a good character design, automatic A for me. Even if your series is bad, if you have a good character design, I'll just be like, oh, good character design. Your character's wasted though, but good character design. What is it? Like, what I say? Like, in my personal opinion, I do actually think, like, as much as I rag on the series a lot, I do love the design of Icarus from Soro no Otoshimono. She's one of my favorite designs in the series. Probably right next to female Tomoki, which is a lot of complicated. Like, very complicated. You're probably like, what? Female Tomoki? It's a long story that I'm not even gonna address. But yeah, pretty much like as long as like your character designs are like good, I'll probably like praise your series anyway. I'm like, man, I've got to read One Piece now so that I can experience eternal Uta brain rot. Anybody who wasn't into One Piece, I think One Piece is trash. Uta comes out. What I meant to say is that One Piece is not trash. It is crash into my ceiling, and I've collected every volume in One Piece to support everything. I I have fallen for all of One Piece. Ignore the gigantic Uta shrine in the background. This is probably like, imagine being an Idol fan and then Uta like appears. Dream achieved. This is a Toriyama situation all over again. If you like the movie, it's canon. If you like the game, it's canon. If you like the character, it's canon. Everybody loves the character. She's canon now. Like, what is it? I know Toriyama did that with like Android 21. I actually like Android 21's design. She's pretty. I'm like messing up Matsuri's hair so badly. Yeah, that's right. The Mario movie did the like what is it? They released the Mario movie trailers. Man, I am so gonna try my best to see the movie like in theaters, and then I'm gonna spoil it for all you guys. Mario didn't make it. Mario didn't make it. Guys, Mario didn't make it in the movie. He was cut. The Mario movie, it's not about Mario. It's about Peach the whole time. There we go. Do. Pretty much just I've been like going through a bunch of characters and I'm just like, man, this is good character design. Add it to the list. But like, what? Even like when I was younger, I was like, why do female character designs look way better than their male counterparts? And was just flabbergasted. Cause like I remember even like my mom being like, hey, why do you draw like only female characters? And I was like, why do I draw female characters? Mostly because I used to draw like only female characters, and then I realized, oh, now I know why. It's because all the male character designs are boring. Like, a lot of them are actually kind of boring. I think the only one that I like so far, but even then it's not confirmed if they're male or not, has to be Catherine. Yeah, I know, like, inconspicuous name, probably a girl. But it's a Cheshire cat. You know how good of a wild card Cheshire Cat's designs can be. I think actually two Cheshire Cat designs. I kid you not. I've deeply attached myself to like two Cheshire Cat character designs, and they would be Boris and Catherine from two different series based on Alice in Wonderland. And I'm just like, I was like, if I had a nickel for every time I fell for the design of a character designed after the Cheshire Cat, I would have two nickels, which is really weird because it's really weird because it happened twice. I'm just like, why? Why specifically? Because like people, I don't know why, but people like really, everybody's like, this character design, I sleep. Like sometimes the original creators will be like, character design, this type of character design, I sleep. Cheshire Cat design, the real stuff has appeared. We're getting real now. mm. Hmm. I'm trying to like get her hair. It's kind of, I don't, it's like, as much as I really like Matsuri's hair, it's one of the things that's like tripping me up so badly. This is gonna take a bit. I think that will definitely be a good rough draft with it. Kinda. I almost forgot she had a choker. Me trying to get all the design aspects right, me also forgets the choker. Hair is one of those things where it's like, it's not difficult to draw, it's difficult to... It's not difficult to draw, it's difficult to place on the head. Because once you get where the hair line should be, it's easy to continue with that. But like if you're not careful like about the hairline, it can easily like throw off the character. Like this part right here, that's actually the middle of her hair, but I moved it back too far. I thought about, I would like, I'm like, thoughts are like coming immediately. I think, thoughts are coming at me like split seconds and stuff like that, and I'm like, would I draw that character? Probably not. I was thinking of like the Data Live characters. I don't dislike the Data Live characters. I just think the series is like, okay, I remember I like found it. The opening's great. Opening is great. That's the only thing I remember about it other than episode 1. I hear it kind of goes like from like my own like research into the series, it kind of just delves into fan service territory after that. Like, I mean, it makes sense. It's a harem protagonist going to take down anime girls. Obviously, it's harem bait. But it's something to me. I feel like it had potential. From what I gather, apparently it does have potential. It's just, it like gets better, but like, you know, it's the anime harem. You know, you gotta get through the harem nonsense first. You gotta get through the harem nonsense first before you get into the plot. Because of course. Hold on real quick second. Sounded like the busted. I legitimately thought like the couch was like dismantling because we have like a recliner couch. Turns out it's just getting cleaned. Someone's smacking all the dirt and trash off. This looks so bad. It's always it's always like hair blowing in the wind that always like throws me off. I'm gonna get it. What? I'm gonna what? Why not? Let's look at the opening theme to Sola. That has a lot of hair blowing in the wind. There, we got it. I got it. I got it. There, we got it. We got him. We got him, sir. One more for the road so that we're not coming back to this. HD quality. I'm like, what is it? Recently started using like the YouTube app. Because I never really used the YouTube app before. And so, oh my gosh, that's actually that is like beyond clear, actually. Soul is just a really interesting. It's like a really interesting series. I like actually have to give it like a watch. Like I'm watching it, right? I'm watching it, but the thing is that I haven't continued the anime. But it's really it's like definitely different than what I thought it would be. I thought it would be more slice of life. But it's actually really sad. Cause what is it? Cause I remember like, cause like people have AMVs, and obviously if somebody's like a fan of like the show, they're gonna like post the AMVs. So I already know like what's gonna happen. But even then, like, without knowing the context of like some scenes, it still feels like a sad series. It feels like Clannad. It feels like sad, like Clannad sad. Alright, finally, we got that side shot of her. Me trying to draw every hair strand because this is clearly a light novel drawing. Me knowing that it's a light novel drawing, trying to copy the light novel aesthetic. Let me turn down the saturation of his head. I just literally... I keep getting, like, characters in my head left and right. I just remembered the girl from Emu Emu. Which everybody's like, why would you call it that? Well, that's how they said it in the show. It's called MM, but, like, it's called Emu Emu. It stands for Mega Masochist. Which, I'm pretty sure I made that up myself, but I would not be surprised if that was actually what the series was called. Mostly because it deals with sadism and masochism. We'd probably cover the Sola opening. I like I said, it's one of my favorite. It's like one of my all-time favorite openings because it's so good. What is it? There are a couple of openings I would totally want to cover. Like if I ever started doing covers, there are a couple I would totally want to do. Like obviously I talked about it, the Onagai My Melody series. Not all of them, but at least a grand majority of them. What is it? Obviously Sola. We would not be doing MOMO. I totally want to cover Chocho's opening, Authentic Symphony. Totally wanted to cover Authentic Symphony in the future. That is like the most underrated song ever. Like it's one of her most popular songs, but like currently now, like no one's heard of it. Like no, like let's be real here. It came out like, what is it? Because like the opening is for the anime Shiro Airo Symphony. This is Shiro. Is it Shiro or Shiro? Airo Matsui Airo. I can't. Airo Symphony. Oh yes, Mashiro Airo Symphony. Mashiro Iro Symphony. Either way. Airo way. Oh man, I love the Japanese language. It's so weird. It's like you know how to say it, but then you just gotta remember how to say it. So it's really cool. But what was I saying? What was I saying? I would totally love to cover, especially since it's like the perfect visual novel song. It is the perfect visual novel song. Because it's based on a visual novel that unfortunately was never translated to the West that I really, really, really want to play. Of the game Mashiro Airo Symphony. It is it's so pretty. I want to play the game. I want to play the game. Okay, here's the deal. Here's the dealio. Do we cut it right here? Because I want to show off. That's also like kind of like the problem with like some like drawing some characters. You don't know what you want to show off, and you don't know what you want to show off. Because you want to make it look natural, but you also want to show off all that you drew. And because I spent all day, well not all day, but I spent time making that string, the bow in the front, I want to leave it. Saved it. I guess not really by not accident. I technically saved it by accident. What else? What other songs would I want to cover? Oh, H2O Footprints in the Sand. I would totally want to cover that one. I also want to play the visual novel to that one, but like all the visual novels I want to play of anime that I've always known about are either... Okay, so some of them I actually, if I wanted to, I could play. Because they have at least an all ages variant. But like, there's stuff like H2O Footprints in the Sand, where it's like, yeah, where, oh, how should I put it? Like, yeah, it's like, it, okay, so like with okay, so a good example would be this one game that I totally would want to play. It's called F A Tale of, okay, so it's called A Tale of, A Tale of Two, but the animes are called, the anime of season 1 and 2 are F A Tale of Melodies and F A Tale of Memories. No, okay. Season 1 is called F A Tale of Memories. Season 2 is called F A Tale of Melodies. And the visual novel is called F A Tale of Two. So the thing is, though, is they have family-friendly versions, but, like, just me saying that alone, you already know what I'm probably gonna talk about. So the problem is I want to play H2O Footprints in the Sand, but there's like one major problem, and that's due to the fact that, number one, it hasn't been translated in English yet. So it has like not been translated into English yet. And like even though I really wish it was, it just isn't in English. And number two, that thing's an eroge. It's an eroge. Ah, I hit my headphones. It's an eroge. And if you know your eroges, you know good and well that's not family friendly, because it isn't. All of the series that I've ever discovered, either I look back and I'm like, huh, that didn't age well, or huh, how did I not realize that was an eroge? It's like, why? Why do I even bother? Like, what is it? Like, one series I had to, like, do research on. Obviously, you do research on the series you like. Because I was like, I think this might be in English. And I think it wasn't in English, but I was like, oh, I'm gonna search for a fan translation. And before I did that, I was like, oh, like, I'm gonna look at, like, the visual novel database, because that has, like, a bunch of visual novels that exist, to see the kind of content. And obviously there's like a thing that's like, oh, content warning for like you know, sexual stuff. And like I was like met with like the most like it's always been that way. And the thing is, I already knew it was kind of an eroge, but not like that kind of eroge. I was like they didn't have explicit images, thankfully, or my virgin eyes. But I was like met with like the most results I've ever seen. I'm not gonna say the results because this is a Christian network. We don't do that here. And I was just like, my day has been ruined. My day has been ruined. And yeah. I was gonna play it. Good thing I didn't do that and then get banned. It was funny. So yeah, what is it? Like, every time I try, like, what is it? I finally found, like, a visual novel where it's like, finally. One where I don't have to literally look over my shoulder being like, and what rating is it into ESRB? Obvious, like, what is the equivalent of this game's rating via ESRB? Because you either play the game and you find out what's in there, or, you know, you can be smart about it and just talk to somebody. Be like, hey, what's the equivalent of this game? Like, oh, I think the most hilarious thing, though, has to be, like, the visual novel subreddit. It is so funny there. They're so dead serious on like they're like, What do you mean? The the R18 patch is all the way. It's the definitive way to play it. It's the definitive way. And I'm like, my guy, you know, and I know that while yes, you may be right, because like I know there's like some visual novels where you have to like cut, like there's like some visual novels, like I think like a good example would be like the recently released as of like a few years ago, Maji de Watashi no Shinasai Koi. Maji de Watashi Koi no Shinasai. That one got released with a R18 patch and a family friendly patch. And like they like cut out so much from like the all ages version for some reason. Nobody knows why, they just did. And I know like that, like people are like, why'd you cut it out? And like sometimes they just don't give an explanation, but I'm like, my guy, we all know why you came here. We all know why you came here. Give up your, let's get the bat. Get the bat, everybody. So yeah, it's they're so funny, and like, man, it can't get any weirder than this. And then they're like, my guy, I think I deleted it. I ended up deleting it because I was like, maybe this isn't like the best look. But I remember I was looking up like this game. It was one of the games I wanted to play but was like super hesitant about, because I knew for a very long time I actually knew that specific game was an eroge. And I remember being like, okay, it's an eroge, but I want to know what got cut, because obviously, you know, curiosity killed the cat in this case. And I remember I looked up the ESRB rating because people that translated it, they were like, oh, look at us, we're gonna finally have one of our games translated by, we're gonna have one of our games be like marked by the ESRB. And what I proceeded to read in my own mind made me just like, because I had watched the anime and like none of this stuff was in the anime. Obviously it's an anime, and I was just like dumbfounded. I was like beyond dumbfounded. I was like, you can't see it. What, like, you know, like I don't even know how to like, okay, you know, like Tails gets trolled. You know that meme of like Tails, Tails and his face is like beyond like comprehension? That face, but with like the bloated forward like effect. It was like my mind was blown away from how just I could not process what I literally just read. I was like, what? This is not cut content. This is a crime. Which obviously the scenes that were shown were, you know, supposed to be of it was supposed to be of a crime. Like, it was a crime like, it was supposed to be, like, from what I heard, it was apparently, the scenes are supposed to be meaningful, but like that, I was not prepared. I was like beyond not prepared. Wait, that it's just not coming out right. No, but pretty much just like I like go off on like all this stuff now, but like I even like now I'm still kind of like laugh about it because I'm like, haha. Nah, I'm like I just find it funny because like a lot like I'm just I don't even know how to like describe the amount of like shock I had on my face when like that happened, and then I like made a meme of it and put it on the subreddit. Like I said, I ended up deleting it, and like people were like, "What do you mean? What series?" And I'm like, "I'm not." I think I'd like told one person the series, and then after that, I like I said, I deleted the post anyway. But it was like the biggest like huh moment I had like that new meme that's been going around like in the guy in the banana suit. Huh? So yeah, I just thought that was funny. What else? Oh yeah, that's right. Yesterday, not yesterday, the day before I was talking also about Oshi no Kyo. If I would draw the girl from, if I would draw I from Oshi no Kyo. Name was I, right? I'm pretty sure her name was I. But yeah, I totally want to draw her too. She had like one of the cutest character designs. I repeat for the 50,000th time. Listen, listen, like I said, if you bring me good character design, I might give your show an A. That's a big might though. Cause let's be real here. It's just like an actor. Doesn't matter if your character designs are good or not. If your show is trash, then I'll just be like, waste of a character design. This hair is finally coming along. Me trying to draw every strand in detail. Just simplify it, bro. Just simplify it. I still gotta, like, get used to hair, though. Because, like, I know how to replicate it, but I don't know how to, I guess, draw it of my own accord. Even now, it's kind of, like, still replicating the one I see right now in, like... You can't see the image, obviously, because I had to screenshot the opening theme on my phone. Not completely, but at least some of it. Ba, ba, ba. I thought of one character to draw. It would be... It's like, wait a minute, that's not right. It would have been a joke character, but it totally would have been I don't know. If I say you know who, I know not a lot of people are gonna get the joke. It would probably be like, I thought of it because I actually do like their designs like a lot. Even though I'm not really into Fate. I do like Astolfo's design. He's adorable. We need more character designs like that. They balance the cuteness and the masculinity. That right there. That's right there. That's how you do it. You couldn't see it, but I was like waving my, not waving my hands, but like I had my hands up in the air like, you gotta do this and you gotta do that. That's how you do it. There's like, subscribes at tier 1. Wait, huh? Huh? What? Excuse me? Subscribes at what? I need to process this. Hello? The Zykes? Hello? I see you like my post a lot. Thank you. Even though I don't try and retweet bomb. I just see a lot of art and then I like go on a barrage of retweets. The Zykes. Thank you. Yes. Oh, yes, that's right. I've been like getting into her streams lately. I forgot her name. Our lovely cowgirl. I like, every time I remember Abby, I always remember her name, but this time it's just blanking on me. I would totally like draw her. Her design is so like, she has Gap Moe. I gotta look up her name again. I forgot. I want to keep calling her Maybell, but I'm like, that's not her name. Her name's not Clara, but why do I keep thinking of names that are not her? Bessie. Yes! Yes! Bessie. I would totally draw Bessie. She has like a massive amount of gap moe, and that's so like she's got it. It's gap moe. For anybody who doesn't know what gap moe is, it's like you wouldn't find like it's like when like how do I even describe gap moe? Or like how do I even describe it? Gap moe is kind of like something you normally would not find cute becomes cute. Like the elderly. Like you think like elderly of you think when you see an elder, you see like wisdom and stuff. You don't see cuteness until they do something, and then it's like, wow, that was adorable. That's like that's like the best example I can like give. Like, there was that one VTuber. He's like a part of Hollow Stars. He's like the old man. I haven't watched his stuff, but I'm like absolutely positive he definitely exhibits gap moes, considering that he literally just got a new like design to the point like he just got a new design. I don't think he got rid of his model. It was just like a time travel back to the past. Like type of model. So yeah. I should probably stick to the design sheet in front of me instead of trying to go off on my own. I always keep trying. No, but thank you, Zykes. You did not have to do that. In fact, I kind of actually forgot tears existed. Because of course I did. Because of course Kendrillian, who tries her best to stream and then goes on like 5-week hiatuses in between, totally deserves it. I actually was trying to come back multiple times, but it was like either get the stream done. It was like either stream or be an idiot and do your homework. Or be an idiot and not do your homework. I think I chose wisely, obviously. What is it? Oh yeah, that's right. So what I was doing while I was gone was I was doing a radio show for my local radio station as like a homework assignment. And it was really fun, because I was wanting to make content for you guys. I want to start doing a lot of shorts and do a bunch of editing, but the problem is that this computer can't really handle all that. Like, gotta prioritize homework. Yeah, and the thing is, the teacher's nice about it. She actually does accept late work, but what is it? I was trying to stream during Thanksgiving, but the thing was though is I didn't know how to. So what you guys are hearing right now is my normal voice, and it sounds normal to you guys at normal volume, but the problem is that if I were to even slightly lower it, I have it at high volume so you guys can hear me. My voice is all the way up. Because even though it sounds like I'm being like super emotive and being all spastic and crazy, my voice is actually really low. Because the microphone, the microphone's not bad, it's actually a really high quality mic. I found out during my class that everyone would be tuned up to maybe like 10 or maybe like 10 or 8 or something. I had to be tuned up like 100%. I had to be tuned up 100%, and I realized, oh my gosh, now I know why I have to tune up my voice on the stream, because my voice is naturally that low. And I was like, oh my gosh. I actually noticed that shouldn't be normal, but it didn't really click with me yet. Say lovey. But I will say this though, because I liked my project so much, I did actually asked the people if I could run a special, like, program. So if any, I won't say what it is until it's all finished, but what I'm going to do is, in the meantime, while I'm still setting everything up, I'm going to make content like that for a little bit, and then eventually I'm going to show you guys what I made. I'm gonna, like, post it. But the reason why is because when I tried to actually make videos, because the program we're using Adobe Audition, and so I tried to make clips. I wanted to make VTuber clips for you guys, and I tried doing that, but and then every time I tried to save the video, it crashed. Every time I tried to save it, it crashed, and I was like, what the heck? And it would save, it would, like, auto-save, but, like, every single time? And so I realized, wait a minute, if it's gonna crash like this, I can't take the video making class by, like, the same teacher. I kid you not, she's, like, the best. She's, like, okay, how should I put it? She's, like, a strict teacher, but, like, strict in the sense that she wants you to do better. Like, do better, be out there, be crazy, be, like, fun and happy, and, like, do your best, and, like, bring us your stuff. We want to see your stuff. Because, like, she's really good at, like, pumping people up like that. Don't get on her bad side, though. I remember one of the students, his phone accidentally went off in class. And she was like, yeah, turn it off. He's like, sorry, I didn't mean to. Yeah, you didn't mean to turn it off right now. it was like, cause I can handle that, but it's like the embarrassment of it all still like scares me. So I try and I try to like lay low the entire class, like lay low, be like, I want like the praise, but I also don't want to be talked to like that. I'm kind of a chicken when it comes to stuff like that. Cause it's like it was like during class too. It makes me so like freaked out thinking of like that happening to me, or really any of the students. I don't want it happening to anybody in class, but it just happens. I'm gonna finish up these and then I will take another quick small break. I need to put up a BRB screen. I made a couple, but the problem is though is they're not to the standard I want them to be. I'm getting there with them though. I'm getting there with them. Or I'm like afraid that like Adobe will like crash and then I can't have them anyway. Too much empathy gives that secondhand embarrassment. Yep. I still remember saying like really, what is it? I remember saying I even remember saying one phrase in the beginning of like when I started college. I remember saying that not to like show sympathy. I'm not gonna say what I said, but like I remember because I had so much empathy, and it's like I'm still trying to control it because you know how like sometimes you can feel bad for somebody, but you can still like understand that doesn't justify their actions. And that was actually one of the things, and I won't say who it was about, but I remember I expressed like, man, as terrible as that is, and I will never like ever defend any of like what this person did, like that could have been like any one of us, because as much as like we want to like say like we could do better, like in like certain circumstances we could all turn out to be terrible people. And then the teacher did she did like, it was a different teacher. She came up and was like, yeah, but it still takes like a special type of person to like think like that, because even in the same circumstances people can like do things differently. And I was like, you know what, yeah, but even then I still feel embarrassed because it feels like it feels like it sounded like I was probably in support of what the dude did, and I'm like, no, I'm not in support of it. It's just I said it because because like any one of us could like turn out to be terrible people who do terrible stuff. But I will still never condone those actions because, my guy, what you did was messed up. And to this day, it still like it still embarrasses me, even though it like came from like a good, like, at least to me it came from a good like place, but like to like someone who like still like they think rationally but still emotionally, because I tend to think both emotionally and rationally, and sometimes that the emotions can come out in the irrationality or vice versa, and it's like, yeah, you still, like, what you did was still wrong, but I still feel bad that you, like, did that. I still feel bad. And the thing is, like I said, I'm still trying to, like, get that under control, because you don't want it to, like, you don't want, when the time comes, you don't want it to be used as an excuse for, like, someone else to use against, like, other people. And you don't want, like, people to, like, pull at your heartstrings where they know they can, like, take advantage of you about that. I think I've done a lot better, but it's still there. I am what you call someone who is smartly gullible. What is it? I think, like, a good example would be, like, how when I was younger, I, was like, hey, Mom, Dad, why don't we give this, like, guy some Oreos? And then it turned out it turned out years later, I started learning that, oh, like, some people don't want, like, food, they wanted money. Which, like, makes sense. Like, I know, like, some YouTubers have, like, talked about it, like, Moist Critical. I know he talked about, like, how he would, like, give money to, like, this homeless guy every single day. But, like, it turned out that he actually had a home, and, like, it was like it was like the worst feeling in the world, because Critical at the time was like a college student. He like needed that money and stuff like that. Sometimes you get into situations like that where it's like, my guy, I'm gonna need you to not take advantage of this college student. And I know good and well that if I'm not careful, I'll totally be in that same situation. I know good and well if I'm not careful, I'll totally be in that same situation, because I do have I'm learning, like, I have empathy in certain areas, and like nowadays I'm like more, I wouldn't say accepting, but definitely can like see where like a lot of people are coming from, definitely more than like say even like just last month. I'm more empathetic than I was last month. I was more empathetic in that last month than I was like a year ago, you know, stuff like that. But also like building up like a barrier and a wall, being like, okay, here's how we'll formulate the plan, and let's see if we can be empathetic about it. And then you got some situations where you're like, all right, I'm gonna be empathetic about it, and then in the middle of the situation, here's what we're gonna do. Stuff like that. I try. I think way too much. Is it good? Sometimes. Is it sometimes? It's just it. Just sometimes. It depends. It just depends. Thank you. Thank you, Zykes. Thank you for the head pats. I think the best thing is when you like have family who can tell you, all right, this is where the empathy like draws the line, and this is how you do it. Like, I think one of like my best helps of like judging where my empathy should lie, or literally just like learning more new things, would definitely be my sister. She is like such a big help when it comes to that, because I'm like, all right, I am gonna be the most unempathetic person. And then she's like, nah, bro, this is how it goes. And it's like, oh, this is actually not what I thought it was. And it's like, duh. Siblings are great. I like look back and I'm like, man, I was so dumb. No, I should say it. I didn't treat her poorly. That would be so bad. Imagine treating your sibling poorly. I look back and it's like, man, like you never realize how much like your sibling's been there for you until like not gone, like gone, but like not easily there. It's interesting. Let me like bolden this out and then I'll be right back. Wrong word. Let me see. I shall be right back. I'm back now. Just had to take a quick bathroom break. That's just how it be. That's just how it be. You can't stream all day. Sometimes. I just realized that I deleted all of that hair without realizing that that was the reference for the back layer. We back? Oh yeah, that's right. I was like literally like remembering. So lately on the Kirby subreddit, there's been this thing called it's been like the copy ability battle royale, and this isn't the final draft of the hair. I'm just trying to. I would never let this be the final draft of the hair. Not looking like this. You know, basically copy abilities. At first it was top two comments would eliminate would the first two top comments would eliminate the worst like copy abilities one by the first two copy abilities one by one, and now it's just the first top comment gets rid of the abilities one by one, and everybody's just trying. The amount of people trying to get rid of sleep is so funny. It's like, my guy, it won't happen. It's sleep. Like, and people are like, its ability is worthless. It's supposed to be worthless. That's the joke of the ability. And it's like, my guy, it's not gonna happen. Apparently Sleep Gang is just taking over. It's so funny. Because, like, you can clearly tell that they're trying to, like, eliminate sleep. And, like, Sleep Gang has just decided we're not getting rid of sleep. I refuse to get rid of sleep. Oh, man. It's just Sleep Gang. What is it? The two top abilities that are like bucking against each other and like trying to boost each other up are sleep and I gotta look it up. Who else is sleep and smash? I think it's sleep and smash and parasol that's like fighting against each other. Yeah, I think like Smash is definitely trying to like what is it? Recently uh Gun Kirby got eliminated because everybody was like it's just not a good ability. It's like a worse archer. Which I haven't played the game that what was it? What was it called? Ranger? Yeah, it's called Ranger, but like why would we do Ranger? Archer, my guy. Archer. Let's see, where's the argument? I gotta like read this comment because it was like pretty much the solidified like yeah, this pretty much is just summed up the entire fight between both sides. Here it is. Oh yeah, it is Paracel. Okay, so it's Paracel and Sleep Gang that are trying to rise each other up. Gifted one sub to Poyo. It's their first gift sub on the channel. Thank you. What is it? Here is the quote. Persist, brothers of the Paracel. May we sacrifice the beam, because beam got eliminated last time. May we sacrifice the beam for the greater good and for the prophecy to be completed. May our battle be legendary, no matter which is victorious. The great Paracel Empire of the Noble and Ancient Council of Sleep. Sacrificing poison was the last straw for me. Now, until the Paracel Empire has fallen, I shall persist as the ultimate journey to eliminate Paracel and destroy the prophecy once and for all. All right, Darth Sidious. It pretty much just sums up the entire Battle Royale in a nutshell. It is so funny. It's so funny. You know, usually we would so a lot of complications happened earlier, so usually we would be getting off by now. But we got an extra hour because lots of technical stuff happened. So we'll be trying to finish up the rest of her hair this stream. I thought it would look off, and it kinda does, but not too off than I thought it would be. I think I have to shrink. I gotta shrink this. Let me shrink this and let's see. Art thou of the Council of Sleep? Let's just say Sleep be winning. Sleep all okay, so this is I think this is the first battle royale, but like everybody's kind of just admitted to themselves that unless like sleep's not gonna get knocked off at any time. People will literally lose their left arm, then give up sleep. Because it's supposed to be like okay, so if you don't know, in Kirby there's this ability called sleep, and the thing is with sleep is that it's supposed to be bad. It's supposed to be an obstacle, especially in the older games. It's not as much of an obstacle in the newer games. Like I know now depending on the game, it can actually be like a cool healing ability, but in I know I'm absolutely sure in Superstar Ultra and in Superstar and Superstar Ultra, it is supposed to be like there's this wind level where if you end up hitting the sleep ability, it can drag you away, especially in like windy areas, because sleep makes you idle on purpose. So it's supposed to be like an obstacle ability. And so it's supposed to be kind of quote unquote bad because you're not supposed to really get it. I know in like in Return to Dreamland, I remember encountering sleep and I'm like, what is the point of this? And then when I found out, I was like, sleep gang. I'm a part of sleep gang. When I started realizing, oh yeah, sleep's supposed to intentionally be bad. I remember, what is it? I remember even like when I was younger, me and my sister, we would like mess around with the sleep ability because the sleep ability, so it's kind of like the Mario donuts where if you stand on the donut too long, it'll fall. And there was like a row of crumbling ground, and I remember we would joke about we would joke about, oh no, we ran into the sleep ability, as we would make the ground crumble on purpose. I think it resulted in our death only once. Not a game, I think. And the thing is, I think I was Kirby, so I think I did actually get a game over because I wasn't paying attention. But yeah, it's it's an ability that exists. It's an ability. It exists. Yeah. Yeah. What do I eat? Man, what is it? What else? I'm like thinking of a bunch of characters that I want to like. I just want to like sit and draw one day. I've talked about Himeji from Baka to Test. I talked about Uta. We will absolutely be drawing Uta in the future. Chibi, non-chibi like what I'm doing right now, or original drawing, you pick. Just as long as Uta's right there in front of my drawing tablet for me to draw. um, I know I from Oshino Kyo. I keep saying Kyo when it's really Ko. Oshino Ko. Not gonna lie, I did not expect Oshino Ko to like get as much get as much traction as it did. I was actually really shocked about that because usually, depending on series I like pick up, I can tell when they can be a success or not. Like I remember when not Aharen-san. I actually really like Aharen-san. We might actually draw her too. She's so adorable. Not Aharen-san, but Nagatoro. I remember when I first found Nagatoro when it only had one chapter. Like back when it had like leaked online, back when I was finding out about like manga, how you can read manga, you could read manga in big air quotes. In big ol' air quotes. And I saw Nagatoro and I was like, yep, this is gonna be popular. Because, like, I don't know why. Number one, she was, like, Obviously she was way super cruel in the manga. Then I found out later she like mellows out because the author was like, huh, yeah, I think I made her a bit too mean. And I was like, this is gonna get popular. I'll probably see it in a couple years. Legally. I was like, maybe. Maybe. This, I was like super positive it would get popular, and I was right. I was right that it was gonna get popular. But Oshino Kyo, in the beginning, it does not look like it would get popular until a lot later in the manga. And obviously if you know like what happens in Oshino Kyo, you know what happens. Now the thing is though, is I did not know that it would take off like it did because of one reason. Before it got picked up legally, obviously you got your fan translations, and what happened was that this group had translated it up to, this was like the early chapters. I'm not gonna spoil what happens, but up to a certain point there's this part where they're like, where the main characters get used to their lives, and what ends up happening is a certain event takes place. The fan translators did not translate that, and it immediately goes to a time skip. And so I had no idea any of the certain things like had taken place. I was like, where's so and so, where's so and so, where's this character and that character, a lot of characters. And I was like, oh, what? Why? They were my favorite. No, but out of all the characters, I think Ai is like, she has the cutest design, and I love her like motivations. She's like, I'm gonna make everyone smile, that way I will be the top idol of the world. And I'm like, yes, you are. I don't use queen that often. I think it's kind of cringe. Like, you know how some people be like, you go queen? Personally for me, I think saying that is kind of cringe. Just a little bit. Only a little bit for me. Specifically me. But I was like, whoa. I think she actually deserves the title of queen. To my shock, somebody actually made me say you go queen. Just a little. Yeah, but I was like, whoa. I liked her, like the children are so like funny. Like I said, I won't spoil a lot. This is like happens in the first couple chapters, so like I said, it happens in the first couple chapters, but you know, just in case somebody like wants to go in blind, I won't say anything. But you will like Oshino Kyo. I actually will talk about one spoiler that I thought was really interesting that I'm absolutely sure translators will not talk about because it was a very tragic event. So spoiler warning. Just skip ahead until I say no longer Oshino Kyo. For anybody who's like in the VOD or whatever. So there's this. So I found out about like how serious Oshino Kyo was because of one thing, and that would be a series by the name of Terrace House. Now, for those that don't know, there's a series called Terrace House. It's basically reality TV that feels natural. It feels natural, if that makes any sense. One of those types, like the ones that genuinely are like, all right, guys, we actually have, it makes it look natural, and it's edited to be, you know, sort of dramatic and kind of like that. And there was this female, and so it's the last couple, and so it picked up in the West for one reason, and one reason alone. And if you know, you know, it's about that guy who goes to Japan to find some of the most cool items out there. You know, the one and only Nick Robinson. And so it picked up in the West. Netflix and stuff got a hold of it, and it started getting popularity in the West. So that's how I know, at least I know a little bit about Terrace House before the whole drama went down. It was very serious. I should also say, trigger warning for anybody who does who thinks this topic is very like, you know, very who's not ready. So what happened was that one of the people who was in Terrace House was a female pro wrestler, and she was very, you know, she was a very popular pro wrestler. And what ended up happening was that she was being edited in the show to look like, so, like, a severe jerk. And that, like, she was hating on, like, some of the characters and being, like, way too mean. And people were kind of just like, whoa, you're being super mean. And that unfortunately resulted in a lot of cyberbullying. And it got so bad that unfortunately she took her life. And everybody was just stunned because that should not have happened. Obviously, that should not have happened. She stopped calling her mom. The last words she said were, like, in a tweet being like, I'm so sorry I disappointed you, mom. Which, yeah, it's kind of, you know, kind of shocking. Anybody would be traumatized by that. And then she was later found to, you know, she was later found to be like, dang. Everybody found her and was like, what happened? The Japanese government was like, what happened? Everybody was like, how did this happen and why did it happen? And Oshino Kyo actually talks about it. It talks about it because it was recent at the time. And I was like, oh my gosh, if I had not known about Terrence House, even if I didn't know about Terrence House, the fact that that happened, even, like, people, like, everybody was just caught off guard because everybody was like, what the heck? And so, like, Oshino Kyo goes over, like, reality shows like that, like, oh yeah, who knew that if you edited someone to be a horrible person, that they would do horrible things? Like, I don't know. Either recreate that stuff to where they're psychologically damaged in real life, or end up like the female pro wrestler. No one was I'm not joking when I say no one was prepared for that. For obvious reasons. And so, like, everybody was like, wow. So when Oshino Kyo started, like, doing it, it actually informed, like the West of, like, issues that happened like this in Japan, because obviously that's not, like, a common thing that happens, but it shouldn't have happened in the first place. Because that's insane, as you can clearly tell. So there's that. Spoiler. Like I said, I didn't read all of Oshino Kyo. I just stumbled across the chapter because it was the latest chapter by that point, and I just decided, what the heck, I'll read some of it. And it was, like, on that arc, and I was like, what happened? What's going on? And the thing that's really amazing is you won't find out information like why this chapter was made in a normal translation. I found that out because of a fan translation. Because obviously, like, normal translations, it's not that normal translations won't touch on stuff like that, it's the fact that they won't go into the details of why this existed unless you go to, like, an outside source. And I thought that was, like, amazing, because, like, you would never find that out from a normal translation. And I'm like, oh my gosh, that's horrible. Like, is there a way to, like, prevent stuff like that? Like, I genuinely felt like a call to action for, like, something like that, because you don't want stuff like that to happen again. And it's like, Oshino Kyo was like, bro, just release the original footage of her actually being, like, a nice person and how they made up afterwards. If you, like, save it for, like, an entire week and this person's, like, suffering for not even an entire week, for longer, because you want to make your big bucks in, like, the industry, like, you're gonna, like, people are gonna get hurt, bro. Obviously the entertainment industry is not your friend, and it's, like, gonna be full of wolves and hyenas and stuff like that, but, like, there's still, like, stuff to, like, there's still at least have common human decency. So yeah, I guess that's the end of the spoiler. No more Oshino Kyo. And so it was just like, wow. I was just like dumbfounded, cuz, like, you would, like I said, I keep saying it, but it's just like really, it's just like really impressive because people are like, don't do fan translations and stuff like that. But there's like something about like fan translations that help inform the audience about like certain events that take place. And I just really appreciate that. Even though like it's just so like it's so cool. It's just so cool. Like people researching this stuff and like finding all this stuff and facts out. So sorry if that sounded like a little heavy. I wasn't trying to like be heavy. I just thought that was like obviously again, it's a tragic scene, but like it's a tragic scene, it's a tragic thing that happened, but it's so like it makes sense why it was like covered cuz Oshinokyo goes over like just so much of like just the entertainment industry and how like awful it can be. How awful, but how like just how like it can be like the culture there. Like, everybody wants to be on top, but it's like some people have to like sacrifice so much. Fascinating stuff though. Yeah, like some people have to sacrifice so much because they want that fame, but it's like, is it really worth it if you're like hurting all these people in the end? Cause like I like say what you want, like some people live in the moment, but like obviously like celebrities are people too, but not in the way I'm about to say it right now. Cause like here's the thing, celebrities are people too, and while we may not see like the guilt and stuff that they did, because we're like we come for their show, they have to like live with that for the rest of their lives because they may have like hurt someone or done far worse to like someone who was like who was like their peer at one point, because you know they wanted to reach the top, but like reaching the top means nothing if you're hurting all these people. At least that's how I see it. So yeah. Almost done. Let's see. Almost done, but definitely could add like a couple more strings of hair. Ah, man. No, but it's all like, it's just so interesting, like seeing like, just not even like different perspectives, just different like, how like just different like industries like handle it. Because like, you have it kind of like what is it? You kind of have the idol industry in the West, but it's not as like heavy as in like say like something like BTS or like in Japan with like probably like what is it, it's called A48K, AK48, I don't know, AK, I don't even know. I don't even know like the name of like some of these groups, but like, you know, obviously you like it's different, and it's always like so interesting to see, because like now like with VTubers and stuff, don't go all crazy and medieval on me later. Sykes. I gotta like tell people, I gotta like now like I'm starting to get those I'm starting to get that streamer stuff you do in the gift subs. I'm starting to get the streamer benefits. um but yeah, now with like idol culture, with like VTubers and stuff, like now people are actually like experiencing it, and it's like, oh no, please don't. Please don't go crazy. We're all humans, please. I'm only a dude in a fictional character. Oh no, I see the slyness. Oh no. The Sykes! No! Oh. Okay, I was gonna be like, first off, no! You know, this is gonna sound really, really dumb. What is a gift sub? Yes, I know I've been on Twitch for a year, but it's not enough to know everything. Like, what do gift subs do? Is it just kind of like... Is it just like you gift a subscription? Is that literally just it? They're subbed to your channel for the next month. Okay, okay. Thank you. Well, I guess they're gonna come in here and be like, huh? Pull that banana meme. Huh? Where did these benefits come from? I definitely want to stream more in the new year, but like I said, I'm gonna start that project, and what I'm going to do is it's only gonna be a temporary project. This won't be permanent. But what I'm gonna do is I'm going to try and stream while also fitting in those projects. So I'm going to sometimes not stream that week because I am in the middle of recording that stuff. And then once the project is done, I will reveal what it is. Like I said, it's because I can't make content as I am right now. I can only record content like it is for right now. So once that project is done, I'm gonna probably, what I was originally going to do is I was gonna like make a Patreon and stuff, but I'm like, I don't want to make a Patreon. I want everybody to hear this because it was really fun to do. I won't say what it is, and I want to, but that would mean deleting this VOD, and I actually want to upload this VOD like onto YouTube. And so it'll be like a future thing. I think you guys might be seeing it at least around, I want to say June or July, but then I have like a ton of stuff to do like for it. I would have to kind of learn live 2D because it won't be like, it's not going to be anything complex. It's going to be audio with like a little, not static, but like the images I want to accompany it with will not be static. So that's kind of like what it is. Nothing too complicated, but I still want to like share with you guys because I just had way too much fun this semester with it. Now, it was nerve-wracking because I was dumb and I couldn't get the script done in time. So I was like, whoa, this is fun. Wait a minute. Why am I panicking? Oh, I see, because I have literally a week looking forward to seeing it. Yeah. Yeah. But probably depending on when I get live 2D, because I'm either gonna get live 2D, I'm still deciding actually, because there's now people like coming up with open source live 2D like software. So I'm still deciding if I want to either get live 2D or if I want to get it's called Inochi 2D. It looks really good, but it looks just a little bit behind. The reason why is because I also want to actually learn to rig my 2.0, because I actually am still making my 2.0 model. I haven't finished it yet because I had school. And but yeah, like it was like yeah. Yeah, it's pretty much it. I'm still deciding because I'm just not sure, because it looks good, but it looks clunky, at least in its present state. So I'm gonna see, like, once everything like starts falling into place, that's when I'll decide. Mostly because I don't want to pay for Live 2D. Because I'm cheap like that. Because I like free stuff. Listen, I am what you would call someone who is cheap, but like the reasonable kind of cheap, as in I'm not gonna pay a yearly subscription. Yearly subscriptions are for stuff like Disney Plus, not business stuff. I'm looking at you, Adobe. The only reason why I'm using Adobe, the reason why I'm also doing this project is also because I have free access to Adobe Audition. So that's also why I want to do this project while I have Adobe while I still can. Because I know, because I also plan on switching to, like, I think I want to switch to DaVinci after. But I want to still use Adobe because it's part of my, like, school assignment. So, yeah. But my teacher, I think what's also funny is that my teacher, like, was like, if you don't want to, like, pay, use DaVinci. She's like, if you don't want to pay, use DaVinci. I ain't gonna stop you. It's normal. Pretty much everybody's like, my guy, here's this alternative that's for free. Nothing is better than a teacher that's like, my guy, this may be the industry standard, but that free stuff, though. We're all penny pinchers at the end of the day. We are all penny pinchers. I can 100% understand if they want a subscription for updates, but paying for a software and not being able to own it forever is ridiculous. That's what I mean. Like, that makes sense. Like this. Like, what? Who said that? Is that you? Is that who I think it is? Is that who I think it is? Okay, it was just the Zykes again. I thought it was, Music Boy. Not gonna lie, sounds exactly like something you would say. The bluntness, the courageousness. Like, Live 2D, like, in the beginning, I was kind of like, alright, it makes sense. It's like, and the thing is, though, is, like, I think one of, like, the arguments that I both understand, but also, like, kinda despise would be, like, the, now, here's the thing. Fair wages are fair wages. Obviously, you gotta pay people their fair wages. You have to pay people their fair wages. And the argument was, well, they do the subscription-based software because, like, they gotta pay their people. They gotta pay the people to make the updates. And it's like, okay, I understand that argument very well. I understand that argument. Obviously, you want people to be paid well. But the problem with that is it's very clear in this modern day and age that if they're not, like, obviously we haven't heard anything controversial from Clip Studio, so that's probably also why they're doing it, because, like, they have no controversy. There's no, other than, like, the whole subscription plan. Like, I'm talking about Clip Studio now, for anybody wondering. Clip Studio has no, like, real controversy. So it makes sense why they're doing it, because it's like, why not? We built, like, some goodwill. Might as well do it. And, like, the people who, like, buy us, they'll understand. And while, like, people, like, despise it at first, they'll, like, get into it and stuff like that. But the thing is, though, is, like, were they not paying them fairly before? That's like my thing with it. It's like, you want to pay fair wages. So were you paying them fairly before? Because, like, in this modern day and age, so many people are trying to, like, get away with so much. They're, like, trying to get away with, like, so much. It's like, do I even, like, pay and then you, like, opt out when you already have my, like, money? And it's like I said, I don't disagree with, like, this statement. It's just that so many people are, like, coming out like, oh, this company did this when, like, I was working for them, and it's like, oh my gosh. Like, what is it? Like, recently originally I had OBS, but then I switched to Streamlabs, and then I switched back to regular OBS because I thought Streamlabs OBS was the same as regular. I thought Streamlabs OBS was an upgraded OBS, and then it turned out it was just people that just stole OBS software. And I was just like, what the heck, bro? I signed up to you because I thought you were OBS. Not OBS, but then I stole OBS's layout and stuff. It's just, my guy. Just, why can't people be normal? This is like my new catchphrase now for some reason. I'm just like, why can't people be normal? For some reason, like in this modern day and age, nobody can be normal. Nobody can be normal. It's all, we all gotta be, we gotta be crazy. Let me see. My first inclination is to believe it's just an excuse on their part. I have a really hard time believing they launched a subscription model and then immediately gave everyone a raise. That's what I'm saying. Like, obviously get people what they're paid. Obviously always get people what they're paid. But the thing is, though, is that it comes off like you weren't paying them fairly before. So why would I suspect that you're paying them fairly now? It's like, where's the logic in that? At least to me, that's how I kind of see it. Because this just, all you're doing now is like, you're racking in more money. Which makes sense, obviously they gotta have money, that's kind of dumb. Be like, I want you to work for free. Obviously no one's gonna work for free. That makes sense. But like, were you not paying them fair wages before? Because that's what that's the argument, like, not even like Clip Studio gives, like, it's just some people like try and give to rationalize it. Not only that, it's also very obvious, like, with like Clip Studio, they're totally gonna get rid of the subscription plan. If, like, what is it? They're not gonna get rid of the subscription plan. What they're clearly trying to do is so what is it? People are like, oh, you can still keep the 1.0, they're just gonna, like, not update it. And it's obvious what they're gonna do. They're gonna do what Microsoft did back in the day, and they're gonna send a kill code. And obviously, this is just speculation on my part. Do not take my word as, like, prophecy and whatever. But, like, it's not hard for a company to do that. All they just gotta do is tell, like, one of their, like, younger employees, like, hey, can you, like, kill off version 1 so that people can start coming to version 2? And it's like, sure, yeah. And that's all they gotta do. Will it be the automatic reason? No, not all the time. Like I said, my word is not gospel, so take it all with a grain of salt. Some companies just won't do that. But you know, when you got a little hair in your behind, you decide to make dumb decisions. I'm probably gonna be like, what is it, in a few years, Clip Studio's like, yeah, you can buy Clip Studio. I'm sponsored by Clip Studio. Guys, I complained about Clip Studio, but I got sponsored by Clip Studio.
Hey guys, it's your girl, Kendra Kendrillion, and I'm here to tell you about my latest sponsorship, Clip Studio.
This is not real. This is not real. I am a fake. I'm not really advertising Clip Studio. Do not come after me with your legal team. I don't need that on me right now. But yeah, hey, that's just how it be. Sometimes people gotta make their dough. C'est la vie. It is what it is. We're almost done. It feels like her hair is kinda off. Only a little bit though, because of these extra lines I added. Also because of down here. Let me see this real quick. And up here. '90s hair is so pretty. Like, I understand, like, it's hard to, like, do. '90s hair is hard to do. I can tell you because Digiko's literally right next to Matsuri. But '90s hair is so pretty. Like, it's pretty because it's like nobody really does it anymore. I'm like, what is it? One of my I would technically call it an OC, but it's actually for a future endeavor I'm like after. Eventually there's this like thing I want to do that that's actually why I went to college to do. There's this character I want to draw, and she's like, think about it like this. So there's this magical girl. Okay, so it's kind of based off of this one webtoon I read where it had good potential, but the execution was kind of meh. It kind of went the predictable way it was going, because it was, it was it was trying to be not Madoka. It was desperately trying to be like, I'm not Madoka, but I'm Madoka. It was called Miss Guillotine, and I really liked it. But like I said, it went the predictable route. It went the predictable route that I was really hoping it wouldn't do in like some cases. And like I wanted to make a story on that. Now the thing is though is like with my character, I have to like I gotta change her up because she looks close to the main not the main antagonist, but the main antagonist of like part of Miss Guillotine. And the problem with that is I don't want to get in trouble. And the thing is though is I made the character, I think what's funny, I made the character Korean, and I gave her the exact traits, the near identical traits of one of the characters, as in like she has blonde hair, it's short and stuff like that. And it's like, man, on the one hand, I want to change it, but on the other hand, I want this to be like that so that I can say that it's also a reference to Miss Guillotine, because as much as I don't like Miss Guillotine, I actually still like Miss Guillotine. It was good, but the execution, it was like just, okay. So you know how like Madoka has this like atmosphere where it's like, oh, it's depressing, it's sad, what Homura did for Madoka was wrong, but you still feel bad for Homura. It was like, the themes of Miss Guillotine were about justice and how to like serve justice to those who like do wrong to others. But the problem was with like I said, the problem with Miss Guillotine is the fact that it's like all gloom and doom, and then it just ends right there. It just ends like that, and I'm just like, that's it? That's how it ends? Alright. Well, that was kind of anticlimactic, but okay. I will say though, the author did actually go on to do like a lot of better works after this. He did Surviving Romance on Webtoons right now. This is not an ad sponsorship. Just know that it's not an ad sponsorship. And I think Surviving Romance is a lot better. I haven't read all of it, but it is way better than his first two works. Definitely way better than his first two works. I'm not gonna say the other work because the other work was kind of, it wasn't terrible, but it was definitely trying way too hard in a lot of areas, like way too hard. Way too hard. You can tell when an author tries way too hard. You will know. Was trying way too hard to be adult. Yeah, pretty much. That's pretty much all I can say about it. It was trying way too hard to be adult. At least to me. Granted, I don't really like reading adult. Like, I don't really like read. So, like, there's a difference between reading, say, like, something where it's like, oh no, they're cheating, and oh no, they're cheating. 5 sex scenes later. That right there is like not my cup of tea. That actually will like catch me off guard like in a story, because I'm like, whoa, 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 slow your roll, bro. This is not what I signed up for. Was it? Yeah, I was like, that's not what I signed up for. And the thing is, I probably would have figured that out had I actually like read the tags, because like, you know how like some series it'll be like, oh, this is an adult, this is adult, and then it's like, was not as adult as I thought it would be, and then it turned, and then like their other work is actually like, oh, this is more than what I thought it would be. Like, wow. Like I said, I'm personally like I like romance. I'm a be like straight real with you guys. 20 pretty much the early 20, like just the 2020s has been like my year where I realized, wow, I love romantic series. I want to consume. Even now, I still have not left Otome Isekai in the dust. Because that is some easy romance right there. But like, there's a difference between romance and being wow. That's not romantic, that's just adult. I'm sorry, this salty 14 sweat. I'm sorry, that's hilarious. My favorite is Ore Monogatari. No drama, just romance and good vibes. Oh, you know what's actually kind of ironic about Monogatari? That's actually one of the reasons why I won't seen it. Like, one of my first introductions to okay, so here's the thing. I don't dislike fan service, but like, if it bogs down the story, I will like, and it's not like supposed to be, like, how should I put it? One of my favorite characters in Soul Eater is Blair. Weird as it is, she's my favorite character because she like owns everything about herself. But I do not like Tamaki in Fire Force because she is so like trying to avoid it, and the author's like, and I wrote her to avoid nothing. Because she's so because her fan service is like so obnoxious, but like Blair's feels like so like, in a weird way, natural. That's like, for like a bag of black, for like a lack of a better term. Just like, what? And like, Monogatari was like the first instance of me ever finding fan service. That was like the first time I ever discovered fan service, was the cat girl. I don't know who she is, that like white-haired cat girl. And I was like, oh, where she was doing like the tongue twister, the nyan tongue twister. That was like my first exposure to fan service. I was like, huh. Okay. It was a reveal I was not prepared for. Let's just say that. I also kind of find it funny because I remember when I first, like, I actually started looking into Monogatari, I ended up finding the toothbrush scene, and like, back then I could actually sit through it with like a straight face, believe it or not. But like now, obviously, nope. Ooh, you might be talking about Bakemonogatari, which I have not seen. Okay, yeah. I think it was Bakemono. My first instance was, it was Bakemonogatari. It was Bakemonogatari. Yes. I forget sometimes, like, what is it? Like, I just call it the Monogatari series now, but back then I used to call it Bake, I used to call just the entirety of the Monogatari series Bake Monogatari. I like forgot. It's so interesting. Yee. Hold on, let me see something. Let's take that out. Let's make these two even, and then now, what is it? Actually, you know what? I actually am planning on streaming on Saturdays more often, only depending on, like, because I know sometimes, you know, family obligations and stuff like that. So I try to stream on Saturdays more often, but most likely I won't be able to. But I still want to at least try. I can't wait. I just can't wait to build the community with you guys. You guys have no idea. I am so excited for the future of this channel. And with that, we have finally finished. Yeah. We have finally finished, sort of. We've sort of. Hold on real quick with one quick second, because it feels off. Probably because of, like, the way her face is. It feels off because of how... Okay, her face is actually bigger. Her face is bigger. Weirdly enough. Alright. So I guess I'll bolden... Let me bolden her face right here. I'm excited. Dun, 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 dun. Na, na, na. Na, na, na. Na, na. I definitely should be able to stream next week. I just know that, like, man. Oh, also, because we will have to change our schedule this upcoming semester. Like I said, lots of things. So Tuesdays we won't be streaming, but Thursdays I'm gonna have to move to Saturdays. So Friday, Saturdays we'll be streaming more often then. So yay! Eventually I want to make it I want to stream 3 times a week. But obviously I gotta be careful with that, because you don't want that to run into too many obligations. Even, like, the current schedule I had now, I had to, like, plan that out. Oh man, let's see. And if I could, I would totally stream one more time this week, but unfortunately that's just... Especially... I'm gonna, like, I'm so gonna keep I'm, like, going to personally live it down. So you weren't there, the Zykes, at least that I know of, where, like, Thursday, my Adobe mic, don't want to overload yourself, yeah, my mic on Adobe, so, like I said, for the last couple weeks, I was working on my assignment. And what ended up happening was, a couple of times my mic would get disconnected from Adobe. And what I didn't know was that when that happened, and so I fixed it on Adobe, no problem. But what I didn't know was that it affected OBS, where it got disconnected completely from OBS. So all of Thursday, I'm talking about some of the topics we're talking about right now. And I had no idea. Nobody could hear me. Surprisingly, 2 people still followed me. 2 people still followed me despite that. And they just listened to me. The mic was disconnected and the music was disconnected. So it was just complete silence. I still have the VOD up. The VOD is still up. And the only reason why that I'm keeping it up because I worked hard on that draw. I worked hard on Matsuri's hands, and I'm not gonna delete that progress. In fact, I'm gonna upload the entire VOD onto YouTube. This VOD and the previous VOD I will actually be uploading to YouTube. I know for the 18-minute one, the 18-minute VOD from earlier today, I'm going to try to somehow stitch both this one, the current VOD we're on right now, and the next VOD. I'm going to somehow stitch those together because they are a part of the same thing. I'm not deleting it. Pretty much for anybody who doesn't know what happened, late in the stream, nobody knows what happened. One of my family members had to reset the Wi-Fi all over the house, and it just completely kicked everything to the ground for me because they forgot that I was up here streaming. And yeah, that happened. And I'm not mad. I was just a little caught off guard. I was just a little caught off guard. I was only a little bit caught off guard. I think that's good. No. Some characters need that kind of like line gap, and some characters, at least in my style, like it works on some characters, like Arale, it works for Arale, but it doesn't work for all the characters. Anyway, that's about it for right now. Next time we shall continue, either I'm gonna continue Matsuri off stream, or yeah, I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna continue Matsuri off stream, and then we'll probably finish what's left after this. We're gonna finish what's left probably in the next stream, and then what's gonna end up happening is we will start Kasane Teto, because Teto is a couple of the drawings I will be doing for a while will involve the project that I'm talking about, where like I said, it will involve some of them, and I'll have to definitely divide them up into parts. Parts as in because I want, like I said, I want to learn to use live 2D. So yeah. And for anybody wondering how much we have left, it's like, what do you mean you have stuff left? It's like, isn't it mostly done? Well, yeah, but like, what's Sola without Matsuri's signature umbrella? And, you know, her face. So I might do that off stream, because this umbrella is going to take me a little bit, because this is going to be the first time I've drawn an umbrella. At least properly. So I shall see you guys next time, and who shall we raid? Who shall we raid? Raid, raid, raid. Raid, raid, raid. Raid, raid, raid. This is this Filian? I know Corgi. You know what? I'm gonna, oh man. So many good people are on today. I'm gonna tag Corgi. Wait, is this Corgi? Or I know Corgi went on like hours ago. So maybe it's another person I'm following? Yes, it is Corgi. Okay, everybody, get ready for some Undertale raid. I'm gonna do that. No. Doggo raid. And we're gonna use the raid buttons, the new raid emotes that I have, because I know I got them. Frequently used. No. Where's the... Oh no. Raid. Here we go. There we go. Copy. Paste. All right, there we go. We're gonna do a doggo raid. Let me see. I gotta like, cause I want to do the raid too, but you know. All right, everybody, let's start the raid. Wait, no! I got kicked out. Okay, she's not like we can't raid her. We can't raid her. All right, so not corgi. You know what? Wab you. Let's raid Wab you. All right, everybody. Bye. I've had so much fun with you. Bye bye. Bye bye.